Hi girls and guys, it's Mr. Tracky and we're on the right track. In today's video we are going to cover the patch notes for version 4.5 in Fortnite Battle Royale. It's something we do every week on this channel, going through the updates and seeing what sprinkle of magic has been added to Fortnite. And as we can see on the screen right now, there are these two beauties. This is actually unexpected. I didn't hear any leaks or anything about this. If there was any leaks, then please forgive me. I have not been in the loop, but we have dual wield pistols by the looks of it, and we've got a mode called with double tap. Okay, so let's have a look what this is. Celebrate summer with a bang. Explosions from grenade launchers now emit fireworks for a limited time. Double the firepower, and fun. The dual wield pistols can now be found in the battle royale mode. Test your aim, let your imagination run wild with the new playground limited time mode. The quadrilogy questline comes to an end. Witness the conclusion of the blockbuster in its final chapter, now available in Save the World. But as you know guys, on this channel we will cover the battle royale mode only, so let's skip on down and see what's happened in this week's update. For limited time modes, the highly anticipated, and when I say highly, I mean highly anticipated playground mode is finally here. Now, I did believe we was going to get it yesterday, but maybe there was something going on that needed to be worked out before it could be released, and that's why we've got it today. Playground is a low pressure environment where friends can let their creativity run wild, build massive structures, practice the weapons and items, fight against your friends and have fun. Now this is a limited time mode at the moment. I have done a video, if you haven't watched it I'll link it down in the description, as to why I believe this mode should be a permanent fixture in Fortnite Battle Royale. Personally, I think it should have been out a long time ago, especially when the building aspect of the game got a lot more popular like it is. But that's another video. If you want to check it out, it's down in the description down below guys. So mode details: you'll have 1 hour to create, play and train as you wish. You'll get plenty of training in that time. Hop in, try out version 1 of the playground, drop into a battle royale map with a squad of friends for an hour. Friendly fire is on. Players respawn on death unless killed by the storm. The storm doesn't start closing for 55 meters and takes 55 minutes and takes 5 minutes to close it, so you got plenty of time to build until your heart's content. I do believe we're going to see some very imaginative things going on here. All over Reddit, all over Twitter, you are going to see some absolutely beautiful structures built by some very intelligent players on this game. It's just what this community does. So in terms of creativity, you're going to see a lot of special things. But not only that, it's just so great to know that players who want to get better, because my channel does concentrate a lot on helping people get better at games. It's a great thing to know that there's an aspect of the game where you, the individual, can go and practice without anyone interrupting you and just sneaking up on you and shooting you. It's probably been the hardest part of the learning curve for me, is building and having to learn to build but get killed in the process. And every time I have a gunfight, get ready to build, and I get better and I get better, and this time I lasted longer. Now you could just focus on that one thing, so you probably get better at building a lot quicker than I did, because I had to do it the hard way, unfortunately. Right, so back into it. Resources gathered grant 10 times the normal rate, so you'll get your wood, your stone and your metal just like that, which is great to know. Hopefully you'll just start with some anyway, which would have been a great idea. I personally suggested that they start you with maximum materials, just so you can go out and do what you got to do. But if you got an hour, then it probably promotes you harvesting, which is something you need to learn to do. Hitting them blue circles is very important. Oh my god, 100 llamas. 100 llamas will be spawned on the map. It's a shame that it's not like that in a real battle Royale mode, everybody will have stuff. Chest and ammo box spawn 100% of the time. Now this is very important for players because you need to start taking mental notes of where you are finding these things, so you know when you drop where you're likely to find them. Because remember, in the battle royale mode they spawn, but not all the time. But if you start learning the locations of chest and ammo boxes, then you'll have a good inclination as to where to land to find loot in the game. Final fight, teams of 12. Summary: make it to the final circle, then fight for the victory royale. Final fight plays similar to the standard battle royale mode, but instead of a storm circles closing all the way in, they stop part way through the match. When the circles have finally finished closing in, the final countdown timer begins. So this is similar to the previous game mode, but it's teams of 12. So I'm not really going to go all the way through that one. As I say every week, the meat and potatoes of this video, with a little gravy this week, with a little gravy. So dual pistols have been added, available in epic and legendary variants. So these sound like they're going to be absolutely beastly. I'm looking forward to using these. I'll get some gameplay up on the channel probably tomorrow, because unfortunately I do this as a side thing and it's not my full-time job, so I'm gonna have to go and earn the full-time bread. So I won't be able to play the game for about 9 hours, well probably 10 hours today. So unfortunately no footage as yet, but I will get it to you ASAP, guys. Damage 41 and 43, they're powerful. I reckon there's going to be a lack of aim assist on these though. Uses medium ammo, shoots both pistols with one pull of the trigger. I like the sound of that actually. Can be found from floor loot, chest, supply drops. Does not use first shot accuracy, which is obviously really fair. Significant jumps that are landed with the shopping carts now appear in elimination feed. Height, distance and time, which is pretty cool, because you can tell some people have gone some proper epic moments from movies. Weapon damage to structure now correctly scales with rarity. Shotgun damage to structure has been reduced by 50% for pumps, 25 for tactical and heavy shotgun. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's a good thing. One thing that annoys me quite a lot is when you build and then someone just shoots you down because they can't build with you. And I know that that's kind of counterproductive in a way for newer players. However, now they've added playground, there's even less reason for people to be shooting down. You should be trying to build up. But I still don't know if I agree with the shotgun. They've been pretty good to knock stuff down. Only one panel when someone's hiding in there. I hate that. Oh, they lock themselves in and just keep building. But that's what your AR's for anyway, guys. So just get your AR out and spray. Explosions now damage all structures within range, whether or not they are visible from the explosion center. We are making the following changes to further solidify the identified and strengths of the tactical and silence SMG. Tactical SMG removed first shot accuracy, increased base accuracy by 25%, lowered the sprinting accuracy penalty by 15, lowered ADS bonus by 10%, increased damage by 2%. The silence SMGs increased base accuracy by 10%, increased ADS bonus by 20%, increased damage by 2%. That sounds like an absolutely massive buff to me, but we'll have to find out how that works in game. Now for me, the tactical SMG, especially the purple one, is just a monster anyway. I get why they've removed the first shot accuracy, because if you just lock on with these, you melt people instantly. So I think that's a justly nerf in that regard, but the rest sounds like it will balance out quite nicely for anyone that uses the tactical SMG. I think they're trying to promote more use of these, and I do feel like Epic Games are going to go down the route of one shotgun only. I do think that's going to be a thing soon. It's a thing that I've seen suggested by Noah J and a few other players. It's something that I actually agree with. Even though I do double pump myself, it is something that I don't think should be in the game. You should be rewarded for being a skillful player with one shotgun. I don't think you should be able to abuse the system as such with two shotguns because you missed your first shot. However, if you can't beat them, join them, and at present that is what the meta is, so that is what I do. Bug fixes. Boogie bomb explosions are no longer blocked by vehicles. Thermal scope rifle would now consistently exhibit intended accuracy while sculpting. This was a major problem. I believe that they didn't make it as accurate as the marksman because that would make it very overpowered. However, I did feel like this didn't register when you shot, when your crosshairs was bang on somebody. So they've clearly seen that there's something wrong. Glad to know that I know what I'm talking about once again, but that is something that will make me pick it up now, because I was seeing thermal scope rifles, even gold ones, and just leaving them on the floor because I just felt that they weren't hitting their shots. So it obviously wasn't me. Clingers can no longer stick to players through the ceiling or the floor. Spike traps placed on the ceiling no longer damage players on the floor above. That's a bit unfair, isn't it? The thermal scope rifle no longer highlights open chests. Weapons will no longer appear to fire while switching weapons under certain network conditions. Gameplay. Progress for elimination quests will now be granted if you down an enemy with the required weapon rather than needing to actually eliminate them with it. In build mode, walls will now try to build at closer location when placement is blocked due to a lack of structural support. Stairs, floors, roof are not affected. Auto open does not longer function while in down but not out state. So people have been able to open doors while they're down. That's ridiculous, that is. Pickaxes will no longer hit the shopping cart if you are riding as a passenger. Players in the down but not out state can no longer enter shopping carts. Improvements made to the auto pickup weapons feature to better handle picking up large groups of weapons. Now for me, that's something that I've tried. I just don't like it, guys. I just feel like there's something quite clunky about it. That may have maybe what they've addressed, but I still just keep tapping square anyway, so I really don't know why they've added that. I think it's just lazy. I think it's just lazy personally, but that's just my opinion. Bug fixes. Item dropped in water now stay above water surface. Really good addition to the game, because the amount of time I've killed someone in Loot Lake that's got a Scar FAMAS, and I'm searching around looking for that tiny little bit of a glow in gold or purple just to get my head ripped off while I'm searching for it. That's very annoying. So I'm glad that they've incorporated this, or even just let the, you know, the marker with the name on float above the water even if you can't see it. But yes, great addition to the game. I like that one. Supply drop crate. Excessive fall damage is no longer applied when under certain network conditions. Supply drop crates no longer briefly persist in the world after being open if it was shut down. Smoothed out locations of all soccer balls and basketballs while under varying network conditions. Players are no longer able to hit build weak spots through other buildings. Having the sprint cancelled while running setting turned on will no longer prevent players from auto reloading their weapons after sprint. Fixed an issue that applied after constant force to players if they were hit by a shopping cart. Those that were intact with multiple times no longer get out of sync with their state on the server. So I'm not really seeing anything in there that is really of massive importance, so I'm gonna gloss over that really quickly. To me, guys, it looks like we have covered everything that is very, very important in the game. But for me, it sounds like a good update. We've got dual wield pistols of epic and legendary variants. They sound like they're going to be very interesting to use. I will get these up on the channel very, very soon, so stick around for that gameplay. But the meat and potatoes, definitely the dual wield pistols, and definitely the playground mode. Now this is something that is highly anticipated in this game. Go out there, get yourself better at building. For all you guys that are complaining about Fortnite would be better without building, here's your chance to exploit this particular mode without having to get wrecked by people. Maybe you will actually enjoy the game as much as me, even though I was somebody that hated the game at the start. Guys, there are many buttons you could hit, but the like and subscribe button, I hope they took your fancy. And as always guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.